this government is going down, and it is because it is run by kakistocrats. Ndume alleges. This Ndume, the chief whip of the Senate, is still dragging Tinubu's government left, right, and center. I'm telling you. But let's dive into the details. Let's not preempt. The chief whip of the Senate, Senator Ndume, has criticized the current administration under President Bola Tinubu, claiming it is being led by the least qualified individuals, whom he referred to as kakistocrats. So what does it mean? So speaking in an interview on Arise TV's primetime program, Ndume argued that the government is not just controlled by the wealthy plutocrats, but rather by those who exploit their power for personal gain, kleptocrats. Senator Ndume highlighted that President Tinubu's intentions, particularly his renewed hope agenda, are genuine. However, he believes that the effectiveness of this agenda is compromised due to a lack of coordination and shared vision among the president's advisors and officials. According to Ndume, the president's vision requires a dedicated team that aligns with his principles, which is currently not the case, leading to inefficient governance. Ndume's critics suggest a fundamental misalignment within the administration, where the president's aspirations are not sufficiently supported by those in key positions. So he emphasized that for the president's agenda to be successful, it is essential to have a team that not only understands but also wholeheartedly commits to his vision. Oh boy. This misalignment, Ndume argued, is causing the government's failure to meet its objectives. The senator's comments reflect broader concerns about the quality of governance and the integrity of those in power. Ndume's use of the term kakistocrats points to a deeper issue of unqualified individuals occupying important positions, which he believes is detrimental to the country's progress. He stressed that the presence of kleptocrats in the administration exacerbates the problem, as these individuals prioritize personal gain over public service. Ndume acknowledged that while President Tinubu's goals are commendable, they are being undermined by those who are supposed to help implement them. Ndume said this government is going down, and it is because it is run by kakistocrats. The definition of kakistocrats is a government that is run by the least qualified and most unscrupulous citizens. Oh boy. So who are these people that is referring to? I'm sure the president's chief of staff, Femi Gbadagba, will not be far from it. I am not the first one to say this. This government is not being taken over by plutocrats. It is being run by kleptocrats, who are basically dipping their hands into government to make out what they can make for themselves. So that is Ndume's allegation against Tinubu's government. It's being run by kakistocrats, kleptocrats, not plutocrats. And that is like government of Cabal, just like the Buhari's government. So if I have to give meaning to what Ndume is saying, this is like telling us that the government is now run by Cabal, people who are actually not in alignment with Tinubu's agenda, but rather doing their own things under Tinubu to get what they can get. That is driven by the selfish interest. But that is the typical characteristic of Nigerian politicians, including Ndume himself. Ndume has been going there for several times as a senator. Is he the only qualified person in his senatorial district? That is the question. So why is it that he's the only person going there? So all Nigerian politicians are selfish, and what drives them is their selfish interest. And that is why they keep saying that in politics there's no permanent friend or permanent enemy, it is permanent interest. So what interest is that is permanent? That is the big question to answer. Okay, so now that he's now blaming some people in around Tinubu as the kakistocrats that are running the government, the least qualified people that are doing what they have to do to get what they can get, it is unfortunate that They are there, and they said, and that's why the government is going down. But again, are you going to blame those people, or you blame Tinubu that brought all of them? When Tinubu assumed office, he said that, giving plenty political appointment is his own way of creating jobs. Now he has created the jobs, and the people are chopping. So what they have to say is, it's Tinubu that caused it. That is it. Tinubu surrounded himself with all the people that he worked with when he was the governor in Lagos State, 1999 to 2007. So who does that? Between 2007 and today is over 20, over 15 years, or about 16 years. Okay, so after 16 years, you are going back to those same people. Are they the best to run the government, or you are just trying to, like pay people that help you to rig elections at different levels? That is it. So that is what Ndume is alleging, that the government is going down because it's being run by the least competent, least qualified. And people are already reacting here in the comment section. Somebody said, bad politicians everywhere. They vomit anything that comes to their mouth, including Ndume. I'm telling you. Okay. Somebody said, noisemaker, rest, suffering and smiling. Exactly. Let them, in fact, he's going to be suffering and smiling. You are never contented, Ali Habi. I'm sure Ali is not getting what he expects to get from the government, and that is why he's protesting. By the time they give him his own share adequately now, you see that he will keep quiet, he won't talk again. And that is why Daniel Buala has come out to blast him, to say that his complaints are very selfish and very myopic. His complaints don't have root. Okay, if you say you can't see government, you can't see Tinubu because he has surrounded himself with kleptocrats, there are other channels through which you can see the president and tell him whatever you want to tell him. So Ndume, I don't want to believe his complaint is genuine. I'm sure he's been shut out and is not getting any recognition. That is why he's protesting. Typical of Nigerian politician. That is it. Typical of Nigerian politician. Once they are not getting what they want, you see them ranting and protesting. By the time they are being recognized and given what they want, they won't talk again. They will just keep quiet completely. I'm sure by the time they call Ndume now, or by the time the Senate President, Govt, just call him now and give him something very juicy, set up another committee, put money there like 100 million naira and put him there, he will keep quiet. He won't talk again. We know them. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.